Wagwan Glam Dolls, thank you for joining me on yet another video. Today we'll be doing a contour and highlight tutorial. So if you like to see how this look was achieved, then sit back, relax and enjoy. So first and foremost, we'll be starting off with our brows, and here you can see me cleaning and grooming the brows to prep for pencil and concealer. So I'm going to just let you watch the technique of which I groom my brows, and then we'll get right into it. You want to make sure that you are being so gentle with your razors, because it can easily cut into your client's skin. This has happened before, trust me. Nobody's perfect because the blade is really sharp. Sometimes you press a little bit too hard, or your client may flinch and then the razor might cut the skin. But on a regular day in general, you get away with it pretty much. So try to be as gentle as possible. If you're gonna move, you try to move your client, especially if their eyes are closed, you try to move their head gently so as to avoid cutting into the skin. All right. And as you can see me doing here, I'm brushing down the hairs and then getting rid of the excess length. A lot of persons, a lot of females I see tend to go to barbers to shave their brows, but they're not doing a full and thorough grooming. You still see them come into the makeup studio with the brows not groomed properly, so you still have to go back and do it, because a lot of barbers, to be honest, don't know the proper way of grooming the brows. All they know is, okay, the brow look arched and that's it. But yeah, so you can always try that. All right, brush down the hairs before you finish or you complete your grooming process. Brush down and cut away the excess hairs. Now I've cleaned up back with alcohol, and then I'm going to use my clear lash glue from the Duo brand. This helps to keep the brows in place throughout the entire day, and it helps to lay the hairs in place properly. Some persons have scattered hair, yeah, everybody knows, and sometimes it's kind of hard to work with, so it helps with the grooming process and the application process of pencils to lay the hairs properly and neatly. Now she has practically very nice full brows, as you could see, so I didn't have to go in with much filling in. I just merely did that at the middle portion and end portion of the brows. I didn't take it all the way to the front. Now I've mixed my foundation with my concealer to get a nice consistency that I was looking for. Yeah, so now I've taken my flat brush, my flat concealer brush, and now I'm cleaning up underneath the brow, and I am taking my very slow time, even though this portion is sped up, but I'm taking my time to ensure that everything is neat and tidy as possible. All right, we want that snatched look. So you can sit back and relax and look at the other eye. Cool? All right. Okay, so we've blended out the product that was on the eyelids and above the eyebrows, and now we are moisturizing the face and priming for the skin, priming for foundation. All right, so you're taking your time to ensure that the product is blended out and properly onto the skin. Now I'm using two shades. I'm using Mocha in the Maybelline brand, Maybelline Superstay, and I'm using Coconut. Now I'm using the darker shade on the lower part of the cheek and the lighter shade onto the rest of the face. And these two shades are blended evenly. You'll see. So just sit back and watch the process. And as you can see, this process blends the two shades. They're just so perfect for the skin, as you can see. So you have to know which two shades to mix. You can't be too dark and too light for the skin tone. You have to be somewhat perfect. Now I'm going in with my concealer, and I have blended my concealer and foundation as well to get the shade that I was looking for. So I put those on the highlighted portions of the face, so that's on the chin, under the eyes, and on the forehead, and on the nose as well. And I'm using patting motions with my small angled brush to diffuse the product out. And take note, please take your time, take enough time to blend, because that helps. Blending is key always. It helps to get rid of demarcation, it helps to get rid of harsh lines, it just helps to make everything look seamless. So you need to take your time and make sure the blending process is done properly. Now I'm taking a darker shade foundation for my contour. I'm not using anything that's super dark, just like a shade darker than my client. So I'm using that shade to contour with. So you see me placing it on the areas that I want to diminish or want it shaded. So that's under the cheekbones, on the forehead, and on the nose bridge. And with my fluffy angled brush, I am using flicker motions to diffuse the product out. And on the forehead, I am blending inward to the hairline and not outward. Alright, so you don't want to put it too much on the center and forefront of the forehead. You want to push it back. And with flicker motions, it diffuses upward. Onto the cheekbone, you don't diffuse down, you just diffuse up. Alright, you blend upward. So I'm using my small fluffy brush to apply my Sasha Buttercup loose setting powder, and I'm using tapping motions to distribute that powder onto the face. I do not bake, I just use enough, a generous amount, to make sure that that area is set. Alright, so I use buildable amounts. So if I need to go back into the pan, I'll go back, but I won't put a whole lot of powder all at once onto the face. So I'm using the Sasha Buttercup loose powder to set all the highlighted areas. And you'll see me go back onto the lids to blend out the lid before I set it, because you can see some creasing there, so it needs to be blended out before you set. Now I'm going in with my pressed face powder to set the outer portions or the perimeter of the face. And I'm doing so with patting motions as well. And of course, we're going into contour to warm up at the face. We're going to go in with our Black Radiance contour palette in the shade medium dark, and with my small fluffy brush I'm going to use it to distribute that product onto all the shaded the places where I need my shaded areas to be. So that's the cheekbones, on the forehead, under the chin, so on and so forth, and on the bridge of the nose. So I'm going to take my time to just blend out, to build up the product. I'm not going in with a whole lot at once, because a little goes a long way with this product. So I want to ensure that I don't have to be cleaning up. I can always build up the product to my liking, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so I've warmed up the perimeter of the face practically, and now I'm going in with the nose contour, and I'm doing the same process, build up that product. And I'm starting from underneath the front of the brow, going straight down onto the nose bridge. Now I'm going in with my Saharan palette, my blush palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm using that deep berry shade and that orange shade blended together to give my client the perfect blush. So I'm going to build up that product as well, and for some reason I think it's washed out on camera, but you could see it more in person. I thought I put a very generous amount of blush there, but it looks faded out and washed out on camera, but not to worry, it's there. Now I'm going to go in with a little reverse contouring, and I'm using my Sasha Perfect Tan Blue Setting Powder to do that reverse contouring. It isn't as bright as the Sasha Buttercup, so I think for her skin tone it works perfectly. And as you can see, I'm not using a whole lot. I mean, sometimes we do reverse contouring and we go so much shades above our natural skin tone, and then you can see the demarcation, and then it's sometimes hard to blend out. So I've practically tried to go safe with reverse contouring because I do not want to see that line of demarcation. Alright, so now I'm going in with my highlight, and I'm using a loose highlighter from Juvia's Place as well, and I'm gently packing on that product, just building on it practically. I'm not going heavy-handed because this is our highlight and contour look, very simple, very natural, so I'm just going lightly with the highlighting today. So I always go back with my fluffy fluffy face brush to just get rid of any excess powder, and to further blend everything together. And now I've set with my Mario Body Screw setting spray and rose water. Now to prep for the lips, I'm using that same eyebrow pencil to line the lips with, and I'm not doing a proper line all around the lips, as you can see, just a little bit, because she already have full lips, so I'm not using too much liner today. And I want something nice and natural, so I'm using my nude lip gloss to just spruce up the lips a little bit. We're not doing lashes with this look, so I'm going in with my mascara, and I'm just feathering the brows with that mascara wand. I'm not doing anything too extreme and extra, just want a little bit of definition to the brows. And because products have been on the lashes, I'm so sorry, brows, the lashes, you want to just get rid of the brown look and put back a little bit more black and definition to the lashes. All right, so here we go. This is our finished product. I hope you like it. I hope you learned something. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See you soon.